Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros.
Shoots, he scores!
In this video, we're going to take a look at potential first overall pick, Matthew Schaefer. He's one of the most dynamic defensemen in this draft, so you're not going to want to miss these highlights. If you want to see more scouting videos on some of these prospects, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube, and also click the little icon below this video. It'll bring you to the homepage, and you'll see some more there. And if you're a hockey fan, well, smash that subscribe and like button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, Matthew Schaefer, one of the youngest prospects in this draft class, born on September 5th. He misses the 2026 NHL draft by 10 days. So yeah, there's some room to grow for him, but he's already 6'2", 183 pounds, and he's a left shot defenseman. In terms of draft rankings, he is rated number 1 across the board. NHL Central Scouting, McKeen's Hockey, Elite Prospects. Yep, he's the top dog at this moment. Statistically, check out these numbers. Now, he did have a couple of injuries during the season. 22 points, though, in 17 games as a defenseman. That is unreal. So if we check out some of the notable defensemen in their draft years from the OHL, he's 4th behind Perek, Bouchard, ahead of Dickinson, Drysdale, Minchikov. So yeah, you know what? Some pretty nice numbers there at 1.29 points per game. That's a decent draft year for sure. And as always, we're going to check out his skating, his shooting, his passing, his puck control, his compete level and defensive play, and what he needs to improve upon. So the first thing is his skating, and oh my God, Schaefer has elite mobility. He is an explosive and graceful skater, as you can see in this clip. Powerful stride, mechanically unreal, just floats across the ice. You can't have a better skater than Matthew Schaefer, that's for sure. And you'll see it, like I said, in these clips. He kind of just glides ever so perfectly across the ice. And yeah, and here's the World Juniors. Now, this is where he got hurt. So you're going to see that in this one here, though. See that explosiveness, that acceleration? Boom, he's gone. He's gone. And he's the first one to the net now. And like I said, he is one of the younger players in that World Juniors. So this is the Hlinka, and you can just see how he just blows when he gets going. Watch out. You are going to be on your heels. And I am just showing clip after clip of him skating. And he also has dynamic four-way mobility, I'll show in a second. But yeah, and the transition, his ability to transition from forward to D, that's where he got hurt, broke his collarbone there. And then this one here, I wanted to show his cuts. Like, look at that. Just a quick little dipsy doodle there. Like, he's just got it all in terms of skating. So when he's that modern day defenseman, you know, really good offensively and really good defensively. And the skating is unmatched. Probably one of the best in this draft. Okay, shooting. This is where I'd say he needs a little work on. It's just average, we'll say, in his game. You know, he's not known for a shooter. Let's just put it that way. He doesn't have that heavy shot that some of those, you know, big trigger men D have. But he does get pucks on net. Now, and like I said, so you'll see right here, he just floats it in. Lucky goal right there, but he doesn't have that, you know, like that heavy shot, but he is able to get pucks through traffic and find those open lanes, you know, and sometimes it's due to his superb four-way mobility. You'll see in a minute how he kind of cuts across and then finds that open lane. So, you know, when you got good skating, you're able to kind of, you know, that lateral mobility, especially for defensemen on the blue line, you know, walking the line, they call it. But that one there, you know what, you're going to see that it looks like he probably planned that shot, a little deflection shot, so that his teammate could pick up the rebound. So he looks over, you see his head's up, he puts it far pad. Now, you know, we know that shooters go far pad sometimes to get that rebound so your teammate can pick up the loose puck. And then this one here, you're going to see finding some open lanes and getting a shot on net. But I mean, for the most part, it's not a big, heavy shot. So that needs a little bit of work on. We'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, passing. Yep. He can see the ice really well. I have to admit, it's one of these things. So there, gets tripped up. But look at that, threading that needle. Oh, my God. You will appreciate this on the slow motion close-up here. But see, his head's up. That's one thing with Schaefer. He scans the ice really well. That hockey IQ, one of the fortes of Matthew Schaefer. He definitely reads the ice really well, but he has some deceptive passing abilities and is always scanning the ice to find teammates. And you're going to see this one here, a long bomb down the ice, and starts the transition there, and then they score. So that all starts from the back end. And like I said, D are important. They're the quarterbacks. They got to get that puck out properly. Now here you're going to see a little bit of lateral mobility, a little sneaky passing right there. Yep, scanning the ice. He does show creativity on playmaking, and he uses those head fakes and look-offs. You know, that one right there, that was a look-off to pass to teammates. And then here you're going to see the skating and combo with the passing. Like, look at that. He knew that his teammate was breaking down the wing there, so he hit him on the fly. So, yeah, you know, I call him a really good playmaker as well, and that's a nice thing to see in a defenseman. And a defenseman who likes to join the rush and then able to see the ice and play make. Like, look at that. Like, look, his head's down, but he peripheral vision just saw his teammate rolling in and dished it off, and there's a goal. All right, puck control. Yep, the stick handling, decent. Like, he's not a flashy stick handler. Like, he won't, like, you know, well, except for that one. Oh my God. You know, I go and say that he's not a flashy stick handler, and then he does this. Like, look at that. But for the most part, his ability to get around players is due to his really good skating, his forward mobility, his ability to transition stops and goes and stuff like that. That's where he gets his flashy hands, you know. And you'll see right here too, this is at the Helenka, and look at it just kind of walks in, look at that, and then boom, it's in the net. But yeah, you know, it's all because he's successful at, you know, puck movement, I guess. Is his ability to create time and space due to his skating, I guess you could say. You know, he's got those hands that work in sync with his fast feet. His ability to use, you know, the hockey IQ, the hands, and the speed all at the same time. When you have that ability, it works really well. Kind of like, you know, McDavid does that. Like, he can do things at top speed. Well, look at that. Shakes off this guy, and then he's gone. So again, you know, mostly due to his skating. But yeah, he's an elite package, that's for sure. All right, next is the compete and his defensive play. Now, surprisingly, he's a really good D. Like watch this one. Look at that. Just takes a body. Good gap control. He gaps up really well. And then he's gone. See the speed? Then he's gone. Same thing here. You're going to see good gap, good stick, good body. Look at that. Wins the puck battle. Easy stuff, but you know what? Does it well. Now, the thing is that his compete and physicality has progressed since last year, which is nice to see. There's another level, though, that he needs to attain in order for him to be a truly effective top-tier two-way D. But here you're going to see the physicality. He's going to rub him out here. He needs to get stronger. He needs to bulk up. And then he's going to be a force for sure. Schaefer is able to make decisions under pressure, under high IQ, which is really nice. Now, the thing is that what he needs to improve upon, and like I said, the strength. Like, look at this one. That guy just blows him off, and then they end up scoring because of it. So he doesn't have that strength yet, that man strength. Same thing here. He's going to be in front of the net, and he's going to lose coverage because he's not strong enough. See, that guy just kind of pushes him out. He's trying to push him off. Doesn't work. They get a goal. So a little bit of work on that. The shot, I talked about this before. Like, look at just a little weak shot there. A little bit stronger. Same thing here. You're going to see, you know, not too much force on that shot. And then the last thing is one-timer, fluffs it. So, yeah, I just got to work on some little things there. But, I mean, for the most part, Matthew Schaefer, come on. Top tier, two-way D. That's why he's in talks for, you know, being one of the top prospects in this draft class. His skating and mobility is unreal. Like, he's just so effortless on the ice. Some prospects just have that ability to skate perfectly. He's one of them. And then his hockey IQ, sees the ice really well, scans well, reads plays well. So that, you know, those are deadly combinations right there. What he needs to improve, his shooting. Like I said, you know what, if he can add another dimension of shooting, and that's something, you know, you just have to work on. Not too bad. Strength, he's just got to get bigger. You know, he's still growing into his body. He's, like I said, one of the youngest prospects in this draft class, 6'2", 180 pounds, if he's 180 pounds. But if he can, you know, get that strength, core strength, leg strength, forget about it. And then physicality, he is, you know, he does have a physical, he doesn't mind hitting and stuff like that, but he's just got to get stronger, basically. in terms of rankings, first or second overall, I mean, I don't see a team passing up a player of this magnitude and this. So I think that he's going to go in the top 2, hopefully. We'll see what happens. It depends on the team who gets first overall. The lottery's coming up tomorrow, so we're going to see about that. And then, yeah, that's it for Matthew Schaefer of the Erie Otters. So as always, help the channel grow. Hit that subscribe and like button. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.